Okay, hi. I'm just going to rough this in to what, based on the photograph that was tendered. It looked like we got a wall coming out this way, and then one at a 45-degree angle, and then one back that way. And so there's a starting point, or a starting point. And it looks like to me that the ceiling's a little coffered on one edge, so we'll take the room dialog box and raise that up from default 9 feet, put it at 10 feet. I've turned off auto rebuild walls, floors, and ceilings, so there's that little coffer that shows in the photograph. Looks like it comes out flat. Let's see. It comes back. All right. Need to draw in some more walls. Looks like, and behind it, we've got something that kind of echoes it. Yeah, I think that's sort of kind of it. Now, in camera views, you're not going to see any difference because those other walls I drew behind here are covered up. So I'm going to click here and then hit the tab key to get this wall polyline. This is a wall polyline. This is how walls are defined in 3D. Grab the top of it and pull it down. It's not going to be pretty at first. And this wall here, do the same thing. Left click, hit the tab key to get the wall. Whoops. Hit the tab key to get the wall polyline. And move it down. I'm just going to rough this in. And this is not the only way you can do this. It's a way. Okay. Now, to really do this correctly, it's better to do it in a elevation camera. So we'll create an elevation camera. I can see precisely. Looks like this wall here is, well, I've got it about right. It looks like in the photograph that this is equal to where the coffer comes in. So I'm going to put it right there. See, that's 9 3/4. At least in my model it is. I'm going to set these. Again, I'm clicking. The first time you click, you'll get the room dialog box, which I don't want. I'm going to hit the tab key, and then I get the wall polyline. I want automatic dimensions. It's 9 3/4. Just so you have symmetry across the top. 9 feet 3/4 inch. Okay, now it's kind of flat across the top. Now it's still kind of far from perfect. This is just the first way that popped into my head. We've got a non-optimum thing going here. Instead of reinventing the wheel, I'm just going to click on this roof plane and go to its materials tab and set the sheathing to drywall. Of course, if you're using the materials list, this wouldn't be a good solution, but it'll get rid of that. Let's see, what is this material over here? Bone, okay. Well, then we'll set the roof plane to match. That would be sheathing. The sheathing is showing there because I've got a room underneath, and I pulled the manually pulled the wall polylines down. Okay, we'll hit color bone. That'll look better. Okay. Now, in Chief Premiere, I would just draw a polyline here and put molding on it. Tell you what, let's see, that's 9 3/4. Let's just open the dialog box and see if this works. We'll go over to the moldings tab and uncheck default because I haven't set defaults. I'm going to add a molding, crown molding. It looks something like yours. I guess that'll do, or that. Now it asked me to put a floor to top on it. Put 9 feet 3/4 inch. See what that looks like. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad. I don't know if that's, I can't tell from your photograph if that goes all the way around or not. I'm looking at it on my second monitor. That works pretty good. If you don't have crown molding going all the way around and it's just along here, well, that's a little bit different. We'll open the room dialog box and take that crown mold off. And it takes it off. Now I'm going to create a another way you could get the crown mold up there. We'll go under Cabinet Tools. We'll use Soffit Tool. I'm going to put soffits up here. Yeah, I can't see them. Let's see, what height did I want them? I want the same height as the walls. So floor to bottom. Let's see, that's it's a little more complicated doing it this way. Don't care about the width. The height needed about the height of the molding, and then that's the top would be 9'1". I'm just going to improvise. We'll go over here to the Moldings tab and add a molding on it. I want crown molding again. Yeah, so basically it's a soffit that's covered up by the molding. I'll go ahead and delete these other two, and we'll just copy this one. I'm going to flip it around and use the Control key and put it right up to the edge of the sheetrock. I'm going to copy it a couple of times. I'm using a Control key, otherwise the soffit would want to try to bump into the wall. So that's left click to select, press the Control key, then left click on the move handle, one with the 4 arrows on it. Move that right out there to the corner. I'm going to zoom in to get this a little more exact. Yeah. We'll use a point-to-point move to get that corner of the soffit right on the corner of the wall there. And then this one, well, it looks like it's going over the edge a little bit. Maybe that's the, I don't know. Take that, put that right there. Take that one, and point-to-point move. Left click on the point I want to move, and then use a little snap indicator to, that's where I want it to go. And then we'll use a Control key and put those corners together. Looks like I missed on this one, yeah. Thought I had it, but I didn't. That's what zooming in is for. I can get things more precise. That's better. Soffits have a tendency to want to build into each other, so if I held my mouse right, we'll go back to the camera view. Well, it's not totally working out. Select those. I'm pressing the Shift key down and selecting all three at the same time. I'm going to move them down. Move -Z, that's, and put 1 inch, see if that doesn't look a little bit better. Yeah, that looks better. Now this one, I'll have to Control key it through the wall over there. Not, okay, it didn't go. Oh yeah, it did. Well, it's this way is not working quite as well. But if you just want crown molding here, but not throughout the entire room, then that's kind of how you'd have to attack that. I don't know why. I've got that soffit going all the way through there, but it's probably also showing on the outside of the house. It's probably not a real highly workable solution. Let's see what it looks like. Okay, it's not sticking through the roof. I thought maybe it might. But by the same token, it's not really showing in the room like I want either. Anyway, that's a couple of ways to do it. So I hope this is of some use to you. It looks a little funny. Let's see, what did I tell this to do? It looks like those walls go up. I'm going to take the ceiling out of this room. This little space here is a room, and this is a room. Go back to the camera view. See if that cleans that up some. Yeah, I think that made it look worse. See, the flat ceiling's coming in at 10 where I told it to. That's right, over here. I want this to have a ceiling, but at 10 feet, not at the default. I think that's what I missed. Let's see. It looks a little bit better. Oh, okay. Take that out and make that 10. Maybe I'll clean that up some. Yeah, that looks better. Still got a little bit of a problem there. I don't know why that soffit. The soffit's just not showing. Well, let's see. Let me try this. Make this skinnier. Come on. All right. We'll have to do it through the dialog box. The depths, we'll set it to 1 inch. And I zoom in and move it from there to there. See if that helps that. A little bit. That's a little closer to what I wanted. The corner's just not coming together well. There. Probably jiggle that around and maybe get that to work a little better. Maybe I ought to make all 3 of these 1 inch thick. Depth 1. And of course, it resizes in the wrong direction. That's okay. Let's see if that helped that. Yeah, there we go. I cleaned that up. Oh, I got to do it to all 3. Make them all 1 inch thick. I didn't know. This program's much too complicated to carry all that data around in my head, but it comes back to me as I work. Like that depth 1 inch, and then point-to-point move on that corner out there. Okay, I would find that acceptable. Now, of course, your height is going to vary in your model. You didn't say what it was, so I'm guessing, but that's fairly workable. It's not. I've got some little stuff going on there, but I think that's pretty close. Like I mentioned in some of my other videos, 3D modeling perfection is not necessary to get things built. But you want to get as close as possible. Let's see. Create one more camera view, and then I'll close this video down. Yeah, we got a little bit of a problem there. I guess I could probably put a geometric shape to fill in that little hole there. No, not display options. Library browser. I think, yeah, shapes. There'll be a wedge. You could probably take this wedge here, resize it, set it in the material, and stick it in and fit it in there. I'm not going to take the time to do that. If you want the model perfect looking, then sometimes you have to take a few extra steps to make it look perfect. Okay, thanks for watching, and I hope this is useful to you and anyone else who watches the video. Happy New Year.